Alright, hey there everyone. We're kicking off the month of November, which means that it's time first to look at some pickups from this past month of October. This month is a lot smaller in number. Eyelash. Smaller in number than a lot of the pickups videos I've done the past couple months, but there's some bigger stuff in it, so we're actually going to take a look inside that stuff too, including one game that I'm going to break open and do a little bit kind of an unboxing and everything. I'm not going to assemble the stuff in there, but I will open it up for you. I'm going to do everything but the Switch stuff first and everything but the big stuff first. And yeah, there really isn't a whole lot. There's one 3DS game, Paper Mario Sticker Star. Considering how much I love Paper Mario, I had to eventually get this. It hasn't gone over all that well. I haven't played a game since Color Splash, so I haven't played Color Splash, Sticker Star, or Paper Jam. The last most recent Paper Mario I played was actually Super Paper Mario, which I still liked, but obviously doesn't give you enough reason to keep going with that style if they're not going to be quite the same as the first two games. And then one PS1 game. In a perfect world, I could have had this on Dreamcast, but it wasn't too expensive on PS1. Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour. This is such a weird, organized title. Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour. Sometimes you just call it Magical Racing Tour, or Walt Disney World Magical Racing Tour, or whatever. The Quest kind of is just comes out of nowhere. It's a Crystal Dynamics kart racer, so on the 64 you had Mickey Speedway USA, which is kind of, if anything, is what you would have really wanted. It's developed by Rare, and obviously it's not their best work on the 64. But this is kind of weird because it's all based around actual Disney World, all the tracks and stuff. And a lot of the characters, it's not really big characters. It's, as you see on the front there, it's Chip and Dale and Jiminy Cricket, 10 all new Disney characters. So it's not established characters in this game, which is so weird to me that they would even bother to do that. But yeah, it's another kart racer. It's okay. It's Eidos and Crystal Dynamics. I got two actually original Xbox games. This one I'd actually had on my list for a long time. This is one of the many PC ports to the original Dreamcast of adventure games and stuff. This is Curse, the Eye of Isis. This has gone up a lot in the past couple years since I first heard about it. It's not supposed to be that great, which is why I never actually bought it, but kind of got my hands on it before it went up any further. Dreamcatcher did a lot of these games. They weren't the only ones doing it, but it's a type of game that there's a ton of Xbox and PC adventure games. Dreamcatcher did do a lot of them, though. And this is definitely a weird one. This is Army Men Major Malfunction, which is that before they went to the weird-looking Soldiers of Misfortune, I think, which sounds a lot darker than it actually is, where they revamped it and it was all cartoonish. This is actually developed by Team 17, but it's after Global Star took over for Army Men. And I mean, I don't think there was ever really a great Army Men game. There have been some bad ones, for sure. But this is just a really weird one that, this is right towards the end. This is after Sarge's, I think it's after Sarge's War, where it's got a weird darkness to it, but there's still a lot of bright colors and stuff. Super weird. Global Star's time with Army Men is one of the weirdest things that you'll see, but so that's it for anything older. Everything else is new stuff, including this. Now I know this is a disaster. I haven't played enough of it, and I haven't seen enough. I have no interest in playing online, for one thing. And there's still, I'm sure, a lot of bugs and things, and a lot of stuff that they need to fix with this. But WWE 2K20, I pre-ordered this. I was going to get this day one because of The Fiend. And I still would have not gotten it if it was just, I want The Fiend in the game, and oh my god, it looks so terrible, and if I was just getting the standard edition. But I decided to go all out with it and put down my pre-order at Best Buy for this 2K20 SmackDown 20th anniversary. Yeah, 1999. 20th anniversary edition of WWE 2K20, which has all this extra stuff in it. And this is the thing about Gamers Club Unlocked, which I still have until March, which is awesome. And yeah, I've gotten so much more than my money's worth out of that. But I'm going to continue to just milk the shit out of that for sure. But this is a $130 collector's edition. Comes with all the deluxe edition stuff. Obviously, you get the DLC, the pre-order bonuses, all that shit, which the Fiend was the pre-order bonus, of course. But you get all this physical stuff, and I'm going to open it up and show you. And this is like... GCU works on collector's editions. If you don't know that, if you have GCU still, you probably know that by now. But GCU is good for collector's editions. So the $130 collector's edition, I was going to pay $144 for, or $104 for, I should say. I was going to pay more for it. I was going to pay $104 for it, and then I had another $5 certificate, which I added. So I actually got this for under $100. And with all this extra stuff, I was like, yeah, you know what? I still really want this. I still want this. And I opened it up the day I got it, being like, this game is a complete trash fire. I know that. We've all seen it. We've all seen the videos. We've all seen the glitches. But out of the 3 plaques that were randomly selected to be in it, I got the one that I wanted the most, which was this Edge plaque. And I looked at it and I was like, you know what? I'm happy about this. This is a great looking plaque. There was also Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio signed plaques, but I got the Edge one, which is the one that I think I wanted the most. So that was awesome. You get that in these fancy little boxes, which all sit in here very nice. I thought this was going to be way bigger. I thought it was going to be obnoxious. So you get that. You get a plaque from one of those 3 people I said, signed. This side. And you also get a kind of like the baseball cards where they have uniform pieces in them. This is right here. This is a piece of the 2002 to 2008 ring skirt, the ring apron from the SmackDown set, which is so awesome. I just think that's really cool. So, like I said, the game is trash fire. I barely played it. I played like 1 tower, and then I messed around with universe mode, but I never commit to actually running universe mode for very long. So, I haven't run into any, like, really awful glitches or anything like that, but I also, like, I haven't checked in a couple days, but I was under the impression that I would be able to play The Fiend right away, and I haven't been able to. I don't know if they uploaded those 2K20 originals, which all the horror movie stuff. Also, there's supposed to be a game in here. It's over there. It doesn't matter. You've seen the cover of that. As far as I know, it's still not up, which is infuriating because it's horror themed, and Halloween was 3 days ago. But whatever. I have this. I have this forever now. I think it's super cool. I'm okay with the fact I paid $99 for that. Not complaining at this point. I'm cool with it. And then 5 Switch games here, including, like I said, there's some big stuff. There's so much coming up for Switch. I still have a list on my phone of, I think it's 25 titles long of Switch games that I'm thinking I'm probably going to buy at some point. And this was the only one coming out this month that wasn't Luigi's Mansion, which you probably all assumed I got. The only one that I thought I was like, I'm going to get that day one is the Aladdin Lion King thing. I played it for like 15 minutes, and I was like, I get the point. I'm glad I have it, though. I'm really glad. There's these big box editions that I did not want to get. They're $50 instead of this, which is $30. And they come with a bigger box, and they come with a manual that looks like a Super Nintendo manual or whatever. It's actually decent size. But that was it. It's $50. It's $20 extra. And I was like, no, you're not making me do that. You're not making me do that. But they came out really good. They look nice. You can do them in a bunch of video modes and everything that with filters and all that. All this stuff you kind of expect at this point if you're doing like just 2 games, or if you're doing like what's supposed to be a nice remastered type of package. But if anybody's still confused about it, because I think with this game there is probably a lot of confusion. no, we're not getting the Super Nintendo Aladdin, which is different than the Genesis version, whereas the Lion King versions are all pretty much the same, the Super Nintendo and Genesis version. However, when they say multiple game versions of each, they still went as hard as they could at that, and I'm really happy about it. Even though you're not getting two distinct Aladdin games, you are getting, with Aladdin, you're getting the Genesis version, you're getting a kind of a patched version that they call the Final Cut version. You're getting the Japanese version. There's one that they call it demo mode, a demo version of Aladdin on the Genesis, which I don't really understand what it was because I didn't try it or anything. So there's 4 Aladdin console ROMs in there anyway. 4, right? Original, Final Cut, Japanese, and demo. 4 console ROMs for Aladdin, and 2 handheld ROMs, which is Game Boy and colorized Game Boy. So that's still, altogether, that's 6 ROMs for Aladdin on here. And so the Lion King has the Super Nintendo version, the Sega version, the Japanese version. I don't remember if it's one or both of the Japanese versions of that. And then same thing for the Game Boy. There's Game Boy, and then there's colorized Game Boy. So, I mean, they still went with a bunch of versions, even if they're largely the same game. I just thought it was super cool. They did a good job on that, even without the Super Nintendo Aladdin, which, not their fault. Somebody with Disney or Capcom was stubborn about that, and maybe didn't even try because they knew that was going to happen. But anyway, and then you saw I got Luigi Mansion 3. Still playing it. I'm loving it. It's really tough to say because you have Breath of the Wild and you have Mario Odyssey and you have Smash Brothers. But I think this is like easy, like top 5 Switch game. It might even go without saying to say that. But like it's in that mix for me personally with Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and Smash Brothers for how good it is and how good it is for the Switch library right now. It's been done so well. And then Tetris 99, which is, yes, a free game that you get with Nintendo Switch Online. This is a $30 package that comes with a year subscription for the online, so that's $20 right there. And then the extra $10, there is DLC for it now, and you're entitled to all that additional DLC. And this is awesome. Like, this game is so good. I played a ton of it right when it came out. And I am interested in the additional modes as they start to come out. But, like, again, with Best Buy GCU, I paid $24 for this. $20 of that is Switch Online. So, I mean, it's no-brainer. Totally easy to do that. Witcher 3. I'm running into the same issue with Witcher 3 that I did when I had it on PS4, which is that I have a tough time continuing to play it when I know I'm never going to finish it because it is 100 goddamn hours long. But my god, I wanted to give CD Projekt Red my money again because I just appreciate them so much. CD Projekt Red and what they do with The Witcher is like the standard that every developer and every /publisher should strive to with the quality of their titles and their merchandise and everything. So you get the game. Just the game itself is all on the cartridge. The whole complete game and the expansion packs and all the DLC that they're giving you. No additional download. I popped this in as soon as I got home. No additional download, no day one patch, no nothing. Everything's on this cartridge. My direct comparison to that, there is a Resident Evil triple pack that has Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6. I really only want Resident Evil 4, and I still will buy that physical because I want Resident Evil 4 physical on the Switch. Well, I can pay $20 for it at some point if somebody just wants to get rid of it because 5 and 6 are downloads. The only thing that Capcom put on a cartridge for that pack is a PS2 game. I would say GameCube game, but it's got the extra stuff in it, so it's technically a PS2 game. Remastered. One of the biggest, most expansive, and most impressive games of this console generation, and all of its DLC. 2 full DLC packs, and its extra stuff. 16 DLCs, which are like outfits and stuff, I guess. All on a cartridge. Capcom puts a PS2 game on the cartridge, and then lets you download the other 2 games, the 360 games. Unbelievable. I commend CD Projekt Red. This should be the standard But this is where we're at, and I have to commend CD Projekt Red for doing that. They're amazing. And then you get all the extra stuff. The only thing that you don't get in this package for The Witcher 3 on the Switch is the soundtrack disc that you would have gotten on the PS4. But everything else that was on it is in here. Just the letter, Dear Gamer letter from CD Projekt Red. You get stickers. You get the little flip book. Really, just not a very large book, but a sort of compendium. It's a manual. I mean, it's a manual at this point. Like, that's a plus. And then this map, and then you get a map. Is there anything on the back? No, there's nothing on the back. It's just this. Nothing there. Go give CD Projekt Red your money. They deserve it. Vote with your wallet. Show publishers that this is the kind of stuff we'll spend money on. Because I'm at like 8 hours and I'm like overwhelmed with other stuff to play, as I always am. But I'm glad I paid $60 for it. I paid $48 for it, but I would have paid $60 for it just so that they got my money. And then lastly, this was actually awesome, and I don't know if this is still something that's out that you can go grab right now, but I got this. This is Toki Retrollector Edition, which was a GameStop exclusive remake, and I'm lowering the camera here so that you can see it, and I'm going to lay this stuff out on the table as I take it out, because I'm going to pop this open. I haven't opened it yet. This was a $50 collector's edition remake of Toki by Taito, which is like a side-scroller about this monkey dude, whatever. I've never really played much of it. Remade game, published by Microids in this big box edition for $50, and GameStop, which was the only place that carried it, is now selling these, if they have any left, for $10. I ran out and got one right away because I think that's awesome. Hey, they made way too much of these, I'm sure. Because it's really hard to justify $50 on this game. But you get a lot of stuff with it. It's a big box edition, and on the back here, see as I start to open it up, it's got these little wooden pieces that make this little cardboard, not cardboard, it's wood. It is actual wood, which is awesome. This little arcade cabinet that you can sit on your table. It's got a comic book, the game of course, 2 lithographs, and a sticker sheet. And that's super cool. This is an awesome shelf piece that you can get for $10 if GameStop's near you still have it. And I'm going to take them all out and show you, just like I did with the 2K20 and The Witcher. So, big box. Slip cover, slides right out. And here we are, Toki Retrollector Edition. Top just comes off. It's not a pop open box, which is nice. And we got here the comic book, Toki Memories of Amalarina. Cool stuff. Game, of course. The Return of the Wacky Monkey, the cult action platform game, is back, featuring an all-new design and hand-drawn graphics. It does look very nice, I have to admit. Lithographs of a doorway or / enemy burping, and of people, cave people. And here's a sticker sheet with some of the enemies and with Toki on it. That's cool. It's not the most exciting unboxing, I'm sure, but I just think this is cool. This is what's really crazy to me. This is a fully assemblable arcade cabinet that you can put your Switch in and play this. Let's see. There's like rubber bands and stuff. But they're made of wood. They're real, like, solid pieces. And that's awesome. I'm putting these back in the bag. I'm not doing this. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. If you're collecting stuff for Switch and you don't already have this is $10. And it's not like they mark it down on clearance. Because they don't have any anyway, and they're just like, get rid of them, make space, we don't have them. Like, a bunch of GameStops. I had like 3 or 4 GameStops in my immediate area had these left. I just ran out and grabbed one. So yeah, look at all these big boxes. At Toki, we got Witcher. We got Trash Fire 2K20 Anniversary Edition. Yeah, I love that Edge Black though. It's so good. And that's it. I didn't buy a lot of games this month. I just bought like, these my gigantic games that I actually spent good money on. Like I actually spent money buying Switch games, and that's why I didn't buy anything else. Luigi's Mansion, I got Toki. That was $10. That didn't matter. These were new games. This was a new game that I spent $100 on. So yeah, small in number, not in price or content. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm gonna hop on and play some Smash Brothers. Again, chill out, just play Smash. Not a whole lot to really stress over playing Smash Brothers. Everybody has watched people play Smash Brothers over and over again. Just doing it for the stream and enjoying myself. And I will see you shortly for that.